welcome to Virtual STEM Club Littles Edition Energy in Motion. My name is Miss Eileen and I'm going to be helping you through our project today where we are going to build our own spinner tops. So you should have already picked up your Take and Make bag here at the library, and that is going to have most of the supplies that you need to complete today's project. Caregivers, there is going to be a step where your little is going to have to cut their spinner circle out of the cardstock paper to actually be able to put it onto the back of our cardboard. So in order to do that, you're either going to need a pair of adult scissors for you to help your little one, or if they are working on their scissor skills, go ahead and grab their scissors and they can help with that part of the project today as well. All right, everyone, let's go ahead and get started with our step-by-step instructions for completing our spinner tops today. Everything that you see here out on the table is what is in the Take and Make bag. So if you see something here that's not in your bag, please contact the library and let us know, because we want to make sure you have all of the supplies to do the project today. You're going to have 4 of these cardboard circles, and those are going to be the bases for our spinners. You're going to have 2 sheets of cardstock with 2 spinner circles on them, a box of 24 crayons, a glue stick, and 2 pennies. And caregivers, you're going to want to grab those scissors that I mentioned at the beginning of our video. So either an adult pair of scissors for you to help your little one, or littles, if you're working on your scissor skills, go ahead and grab your own pair of scissors if you have them at home. Now, the first step that we're going to do is we're going to color our spinner tops. So you've got enough supplies in your bag to make 4 different ones. So I'm going to show you how to make 1 complete spinner today, and then you can repeat those steps for the other 3 that you have. So the first step for today's project is going to be coloring your spinner tops. So you can see with this one, I went with black in the center and then a bunch of different colors around the outside. And I also pre-colored a couple of the other spinner tops. So go ahead and pause the video and work on coloring your spinner tops. The more colorful that you make them, I think the more fun they turn out in terms of when we actually spin them. So go ahead and pause the video and work on the coloring. And when you're done, you can go ahead and resume the video and I'll show you the next steps. So for our next step, what we're going to do once we've colored our spinner top is we are going to cut them out. And the goal for us is to glue our spinner circle that we colored onto one of the cardboard circles. So I'm going to go ahead and take my scissors and just very carefully cut out my circle. And littles, if you are working on your scissor skills, I just want you to take all the time you need to cut out your circle. Here at the library, we like to say that practice makes better. So the more that you're practicing these scissor skills, the better you are going to get. All right, so I'm just turning my paper as I go and just holding my scissors in the same spot. So that's how I find it easiest to cut things out. Okay, so I'm gonna lay this aside, that's recycling now. And then I'm gonna grab my first spinner top. And I want you to take a close look at the cardboard here. There's one side that's shiny and kind of a little bit smoother, and then there's one side that's not shiny at all. And the not shiny side is the side that we're going to glue our circles onto. So I'm going to take my circle and flip it over, because the white side, the side that I haven't colored, is the side that I want to put glue on. And the nice thing about our glue sticks is that they're that purple glue. And so we want to make sure we're covering our entire circle with the purple glue stick. So go ahead and just work on covering the entire thing. And then when you're all done, caregivers, you're going to want to help hold the cardboard circle and then have your little one try to put their colored circle in the center. And then we're just going to push that down. And I'm even going to flip it over and push this down this way to make sure that it's really secure on there. So there we have our spinner top. Okay, so caregivers, this next step is going to be something that you're going to have to do for your little one. So the pennies that are in our bags are meant for a little slit that we cut through the middle of our spinner top. So this was my finished one from earlier, so you can see that I've got the slit on the back there as well. And again, what we end up doing is cutting that slit and then sliding the penny in halfway through. So half the penny is there and half the penny is there. So caregivers, you can either use the pair of scissors, or if you have an X-Acto knife or even a kitchen knife, that's how you're going to want to slice a little section in the center of our spinner top. So go ahead and cut that little slice into the middle. So you want it to be centered in both directions as best you can. And then once you've done that step, you can take the penny and slide that again halfway through so it sticks out the bottom and sticks out the top. And so once you're done, you can set it on the table and you can take the top of the penny and go ahead and spin it like that. Now, caregivers, if you find that your little one is having trouble holding the penny, you can actually try and take a quarter or even a nickel, a bigger coin, and slice a little bit bigger of a slice in the middle of the spinner top. So if a quarter is easier for them to hold and spin, then that is fine too. So you can see that I take that penny, the top of the penny, and I just spin it, and there it goes. And you can see the black in the center and all the colors kind of swirling together there, and it just spins and spins and spins. So when we work on our STEM projects, we like to talk a little bit about the science behind how these projects work. And for our project today, Energy in Motion, we are talking about physics. And so in this case, why does a top spin? And with the top, it starts with energy and something called torque. And torque is the measurement of a force that makes something spin. So in this case, torque is the actual turning of my hand and turning the spinner as we spin it. And the other thing that our spinner top has is something called potential energy. And that's what our top has when it's just sitting there, not moving at all. So our top currently has potential energy. And potential energy is stored energy, or the potential of the object to move. So the possibility that the object could start moving and the energy that it has beforehand. And once it starts actually spinning, so once we use torque to actually turn it, it becomes something called kinetic energy. And kinetic energy is the energy it has because it's moving. So before, when it's just sitting there, it has potential energy, and we're going to use torque to spin it, and then it has kinetic energy now that it's moving. So those are the basic principles of the physics and motion behind why our spinner top spins. Thank you all so much for joining me today for Virtual STEM Club Littles Edition Energy in Motion. I hope you had so much fun putting together your spinner tops and spinning away with them. I would love it if you could send us some videos or pictures of you completing today's project and your spinner tops in action. I hope you had as much fun with today's project as I did. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.